Let's meet John Adamson of Adamson and Associates, Inc., licensed trustees in bankruptcy. John knows when he meets you, times are tough, but wants you to know that together you can make it through.
You just channel through it and you look at it and say, okay, here's what we can do, here's what we can't do, here's what's going to work. And I think once you talk to people, once I'm able to explain to people, look, here's what I think is going to happen, then at least people know.
The first and most important step is to build a relationship.
But this is a process that people go into, you'll hear 9 months. Generally it's 9 months. If you're in a proposal, it could be, for 5 years if somebody's making payments. So you've got to have a good working relationship. You've got to have good communication. Those doors have to be open for people to, to feel comfortable and know that they can come back and ask their questions.
John believes that a key part of his job is to take the pressure off when first you meet.
I generally like to explain things to people, have them go home, think about it, what they want to do, because a lot of times what happens is they get questions. Oh, I never thought about this, I never thought about that sort of thing. And they come back and they'll ask us the questions. So the more information that I can give a person, the better off they are, the calmer they are, and they feel like they've made an informed decision. So
dealing with pressure has been a part of John's life, both in business and personally, including some high-level competition in the sport of water skiing.
Standing on the dock at a national championship, you're pretty nervous, but you have to learn to overcome that. And that's a lot like going into a creditors meeting when you've got, if you do happen to have a creditors meeting and you've got hostile creditors, you've got to be able to stay calm and deal with those situations.
John's goal for Adamson and Associates, Inc. is not to be the biggest, but to be the best. And that means being personal and hands-on.
Is that we've been able to establish almost 40% of all of our new business comes from referrals made by people that we've already helped. 40% might not sound like a large number, but when you think about this is pretty private, people aren't out there advertising they've gone through a financial problem, that's actually a very large number, and I think that's where the real satisfaction comes in.
John is proud to say people that he has helped send others in need his way.
To get into a business and have the business get bigger and bigger and bigger, what ends up happening is that I end up not doing the stuff that I'm good at and that I enjoy, and that's dealing with people, and I end up doing way too much administration, and that's not what I'm, there's always administration, but that's not what I'm focused on. I'm focused on helping people solve their problems, and so the goal is not to become the biggest firm or do the most number of files.
To ensure good service, you need to ensure you have a great team, a main priority of Adamson and Associates, Inc.
I think what works is when you've got a team that works together, stays together, grows together. You just get a certain comfort level and a knowledge, and everybody knows what each other's doing, and it works well.
Personal, professional, and dedicated to building the best team to serve you. John Adamson of Adamson and Associates, Inc.